Hey guys, good morning, and it's Friday morning, and that means it's a workshop day, because mostly on Saturday and Friday I teach my workshops. Today we have a very special workshop. We have our model Danique coming in, and we're gonna do a workshop called Smoke, Small Sets, and yes, mixing light sources. So this is going to be very interesting. Now all my workshops have a certain theme. So for example, we have a workshop called Glamour and Props, where we actually do a glamour photo shoot, but we add some props. But that same workshop can, for example, be glamour and smoke. So we combine that. Now all my workshops start with a Q&A, meaning people can ask whatever they want, and during the workshop I will incorporate those questions into the workshop, or of course answer them straight away. So today, Danique, smoke, small sets and mixing light sources. It's gonna be interesting. But first, I have some new toys in, and well, I'm gonna show you. Now you guys probably know I love the photic system, and here we have the new Odin 2 TTL. So we're gonna test drive this baby for a while, and let's see how that goes on our small strobe system. Now, seeing the experience I have with the Odin 1, I'm pretty sure this one is gonna rock. So watch out for that one in the near future in some videos and blog updates, of course. And this morning we have to update the firmware for our Sony Skyport, because they have a new firmware out, and that should make it a little bit faster. There's still the delay problem, of course, but that's the Sony problem. It's not a problem of the Skyport. We have the same problems with Odin and the Sony's own flash system, so that's not the problem of the Skyport. But Ellingram is working on some workarounds, and let's see if that works. And by the way, the firmware is available for everybody today. Okay, so we're updating the firmware for the Skyport. That went really fast. It's just a USB connection, and it's a universal software package, and that will actually find out which Ellingram product you have, and it will update the firmware automatically. I wish every software manufacturer would do this. It's really easy. Okay, Steffi and Menno are setting up the ladder, because of course we don't want our smoke detectors making any noise during our workshop with smoke. Is it on, Menno? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Now we thought that the smoke detectors wouldn't work, but we found out a few weeks ago that it did work with our smoke machines, and we don't want to do that again. So we now put a cap on it, so we want to make sure that there's no alarm. And now they're going to set up our set for today, so that's going to be interesting. And we're going to use the red backgrounds. So we set up these movable backgrounds, and then we put the thinner walls against it, so they can't fall over. And it's easier than just creating some stands for it, because well, those are heavy and they take up a lot of room, and this way we already have the removable walls, so we can just place them against it and we create like a 45-degree angle. Okay, and they built a set, as you can see. It's very do-it-yourself background system with our chandelier, a chair and a big cape over there. But if we walk over here, you don't see that anymore. And this is what photography is, make-believe. If you look here, you see that it's a set. If you walk here, it's closed. So let's go to our students and start the workshop. Okay, one of the first results, shooting through the chandelier, one strobe on the back and of course the chandelier in the front, as you can see over there. So one of the students is now actually standing on the chair, and Danique is having fun. Right, Danique? It's a great setup, the Ellingram on top and the chandelier. Okay, we have the lunch for the students and my healthy lunch and some drinks. Annemiek and Steffi behind the smoke machines. So we have two smoke machines and one of the students on the floor.
Student on the floor, that's breaking his back.
Adding the blue gel for extra color.
Eentje. Oké. De belichting is perfect. Dan wil ik aan de achterkant een beetje.
Okay, Menno took over for Enoweek at the smoke machine. And of course the students have to control the smoke now by themselves.
Prima. Nog een klein beetje rook achter en een klein beetje nu voor. Sander? 16 voor en jij iets achter.
Because you have to layer the smoke, otherwise it won't work. Okay, new setup. Model is now standing and she's wearing of course another beautiful sinister dress. And she's playing with the chandelier. After every workshop our attendees get a nice certificate, which is actually designed by our son Brian. So I'm going to sign these now as the end of the workshop. Okay guys, so we're going to record a small video, or probably going to be a long video for the Cintiq. And Menno and Daisy set up the cameras, so now you can actually see what I'm doing. So we have one camera there, we have our Let Go panel, and we have another camera over there. And we're actually going to place the two monitors next to each other, guys, so I can see what I'm doing without switching over. So we're going to record the video and that will actually be online today already. So I'm going to upload that as soon as possible. Yeah. So we added another Let Go over there to give me a little bit more flat image, as you can see here. Now normally with photography I like high contrast, but in this case I want more flat. And of course we changed camera points. So I want one camera very closely on the Cintiq, as you can see here. And I want one camera on my face. So we're now going to be setting up the cameras. So we're going to use the color checker for color, and of course the back side of the color checker for, as you know, under and overexposed. And this is really weird because if I look into the video you can actually now see me, and I'm used to not doing that. So you see me looking on the back of the camera, which I'm filming with. By the way, this is the Sony RX100 MK3. So waiting for the 5 to switch that over probably, because we want to do this in 4K. By the way, all our videos are recorded in 4K. So this one is also being recorded in 4K and we're going to do a screen capture. So in total this instructional video will be using two 4K video recorders, video cameras, and I will be doing a screen capture. So it's actually 3 angles. Screen capture and 2 video angles. So that's always a little bit of a challenge. But with Final Cut Pro or Premiere you can do multicam editing. So long as you find out that everything starts at the same time, so you have to make sure that you do a clap or whatever you want to do, but you have to make sure that the video starts at the same time, and then you can very easily sync them up and do the multicam editing. It goes really fast. Okay, so now I'm holding the gray card, of course, for Menno to do his color balance, and of course also the other camera, which is from Annemiek. And after that I turn it around and we do the zebras. So we make sure that the top part isn't blown out and the bottom part, the black, isn't blocked up. So, bye guys. There I am again. Okay, we just recorded the videos for Wacom. It actually became 2 videos, one about setting up express keys and one about using mirroring and second screens. And it's now rendering my screen recording, and in a moment I'm gonna edit these videos and create new quite franklies with tips for the Wacom Cintiq. Editing the first Wacom video, and as you can see we're using multicam and it always works great. As long as you keep sync, there's no problem at all, and you just can sync it up. Now I'm using Final Cut Pro at the moment, but you can do the same thing in Adobe Premiere. It's just a personal preference. I like the magnetic timeline a little bit more from Final Cut, but it was a lot of getting used to because I was a heavy Adobe Premiere user. Now this came in not so long ago. It's an official writing that we are a recognized learning company. Yeah, well, we teach a lot of workshops, but for interns we need this. So this makes us official. And of course we have this, well, I think now for the 10th year in a row, because otherwise we can't take interns. So, very important piece of paper. Okay, it's now around 8 o'clock. I'm going home for dinner, and after that I have to get back because Final Cut Pro is still rendering my file, and I do want to get it online tonight for you guys. So, grabbing a piece of dinner and then running back for the uploading of the file from the Quite Frankly about multiple displays with the Cintiq. Back after dinner, and it's almost done with the rendering, and then we can upload it and I can finally go home. Hey guys, we talked about Patreon a few times, and in the meantime, while the video is uploading, I have some cool news when you are already on Patreon. Now, on Patreon there's an option called live chat. And we decided that every time when I have a little bit of free time, we're gonna do a live chat with you guys. That means you can ask whatever you want. You can just chat or ask anything about retouching or photography or business related. So that's our way of giving back for all you guys who support us on Patreon. Now we just started Patreon, so it still has to grow, but we already did one live session and I think the guys really liked it. So you can expect way more of those sessions. Now, if you want to support our work and show us your appreciation, go to Patreon, as you can see here. And tomorrow we have another workshop, so another vlog. See you tomorrow.